This conference will now be recorded.
All right, so today is Tuesday, March 5th, and as always, everything we're going to be talking about today is for educational purposes only, and nothing is intended as any type of investment advice. All right, so a few things going on out there, a little bit slow. Our everyday stock's not really showing too much, and I guess that with whoever said NIO earnings were this morning, looks like it's going to be later today. I'm not sure exactly, but we didn't really see it make any type of move. That's kind of what we were looking for this morning, but things are a little bit slow. But like I said, few good things out there. So let's talk about TGT Target. So far this morning, we could see it jumped up on really not much. The volume overall is absolutely great. I mean, we're already trading 1 million shares, but the only problem here is it's just been very mixed coming into this morning. So we can see if we go out on the actual time frames, you can see from 7 o'clock this morning, we did get some really nice buying that was coming into there. But it's just so far, we've got so far past it very quickly. You can see, I mean, 72 all the way up from last night, and it just, that big jump on really not too much volume. But 77 does have a little bit of buying coming into there. 76.50, a little bit. 77.50. That's probably more of the most interesting buying burst that we have seen. So we're definitely getting new buying. It's just not really as much as I would like to see, especially with the orders that are out there. The orders are very thin, and we certainly understand, but there's just too much volume. There's too much that they could be trading into it that we just don't see. So it's a little bit slow, but once again, 77.50, we do have some nice ask prints, some nice buying back up there. 78, not really anything there yet, which is basically why we're seeing it come back down. Just remember, when a stock's up like this, we need to see that new buying. Without that new buying, we're going to end up coming right back down to where it started from, because if you look, there's no real substance behind that move that it made this morning. Next thing looking at is CTRP. So CTRP, it's not the prettiest stock out there, but you know what? I'm not that I'm reaching, but it's another one where we just need to see more buying that's coming back in. So right there around that 39.50 area, right underneath it, we did get a good burst of buying that came back in, but then you can see 39.50, we really didn't get anything. You have one print that came in. It's just no real show of hand yet. Now, overall, it's certainly going to have a bigger range than it usually does based off the volume we have going on out there. We're already almost at 700,000 shares. Range usually about $1, but we should expect a bunch more than that. The volume's actually pretty decent, especially per minute as we've been getting closer to that 9 o'clock level. You can see, 25,000 shares. I'd rather see it somewhere around 50, but at the same time, it's looking pretty decent. I'm just going to need that new buying. Right now, there's absolutely no new buying that came up towards that 39.50 area and coming back up to the 39.75 area. So without that new buying, we're going to end up seeing it come right back down. So really just need to get that show of hand to come back in. And then HUYA. So HUYA, we can see that made a little bit of a move yesterday's aftermarket. And then so far this morning, it's been kind of just falling. But just something to look at. We did get some covering that came in at 26.25, 26.20 area. But at the 26, we did get a little bit of selling in there. And if we come back over here, you can see this burst that we came in pretty much 10 after 7 this morning. But right underneath that 27 level, this is a real nice burst of selling that we saw. Okay, right after we saw a few prints come in at the 27. It's another one, 27 bid, excuse me. It's another one where it just doesn't have a great show of hands yet. It's certainly going to move a bunch today, and once we get that show of hand that comes back in, we're certainly going to be looking to trade it. But just overall, we need to see a little bit more out there in certain things, just because of the fact that it's when things are slow, it's that much more important to get those controlling prints in there and not try to chase off of something that we kind of make up that seems like it's good enough, but in reality, it's just the best thing out there in reference to everything else, not really showing much. So just keep that in mind as we go into the morning. Let's take a look at our scanners. Let's see if we have anything new coming up over there, because before it was looking pretty bleak. So we have NCTY, 700,000 shares. Now it's starting to get a little bit more volume to come into it. Before it looked like absolute garbage, but we could see from holding yesterday's aftermarket support level, holding that support right around 250 level. We are starting to come back up towards that 3. So obviously with NCTY, it's not that great. The volume's starting to come back in, but we're going to need to see more buying at 3. Right here, this is not enough for this stock to for us to see that stock continue to push. So certainly going to need, like I said, we're going to need to see more buying that comes in at that 3 level for it to be able to continue going. AWSM, 559,000 shares, but there's just nothing there. It's unfortunately, the volume's just too sporadic. I don't see any type of real animate trading that's came back into this to show us that it really has any chance of breaking up above that 5. So I'm going to leave this one alone. I'm not really interested in it. PETZ, absolutely no trading going on. I have no interest. DSS, absolute garbage. IDEX, 302,000 shares. Another one where, it jumped up and made it in a nice move, but look, it's just no interest. The volume, it just almost immediately stopped. So nothing we could do with that. JMU from yesterday. Now, JMU, we ended up kind of jumping up a little bit over that 4 level. Now, it's really not doing anything for us to be able to really pay any attention to it. If something comes out of nowhere, that's great, but not something that we're going to focus on once the market opens. Yeah, we already know about Target. We already know about KSS. We did not talk about, but certainly something to watch if you're not watching Target. I mean, it moves $2 on average, so we should certainly see a bigger move coming into here. And if you look over at that 70, it's got better buying than what we saw going into Target itself. So we know that we have some buying that's sitting there, new buying that's sitting there at that 70 level, a little bit of a pullback before we're going to be expecting those prints to be satisfied and that person to make their money towards that upside. GME, I don't know why it's still a company, but it is. But no actual trading that's going on out there, so nothing we're going to be able to do anything with. Staff, garbage, VOD, down to day trade pretty much ever. And then we have Exxon, which Exxon made actually a really nice move yesterday, but it was just an ugly, ugly trade. Nice range, but the trade itself was terrible. And then moving over to the loser side of things, it's a lot worse than even on the gainer side. ADMS, I mean, no, nothing really going on there. JRJC, I was actually looking at yesterday. First of all, during the pre, I don't see anything in pre-market that would tell us to take a look, but it did make a nice move yesterday. So it's something maybe to keep in mind, but there's just better stuff out there. There's just nothing that I see that's going to happen once the market opens. Unit 136, nothing, and that seems to be it. NIO is not doing anything, so I'm not sure what you mean by NIO, but it's just kind of no real volume being traded, nothing there for us to pay attention to now. Now, anything else out there that I missed? Anything else good going on? CRM. So CRM is one of those stocks that you can really just trade every single day. I mean, the range itself is $4.33. So yeah, it definitely looks good. But 100%. Let's see, any good prints? Let's see, nice burst right here at 159, 155, which is it's pretty far away from 155. Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. This literally is a stock. If you look, $4.33 on an average, it trades 5.7 million shares. You could trade this stock every single day if you wanted to. So we'll certainly put it on there. All right, guys, so that is it for me. Remember, we have Traders Exchange starting at 12:30. Do not forget to send your questions and topics, te@atc.trade, and I will talk to everyone in the chat. Happy trading.